Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guest today is Johnny Steed, here to talk about the Pike Piddlers Storytelling Festival, an annual event that always brings a big crowd and a lot of fun and activities. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me.
And as I mentioned, the Pike Piddlers Storytelling Festival, an opportunity for people to see what is often referred to as the lost art of storytelling. Tell us a little about the festival and why it's important for folks to maybe come and check it out.
Well, it's actually a form of history. You learn so much about where people come from, what they've done, where they were raised, a lot of the traditions, and then the characters that they grew up with during that time. But it's a lot of fun because it covers the whole age bracket, Aaron. I mean, it goes from the children all the way through the old people, remembering and associating with what some of these folks talk about, and the stories have a lot of truth to them. They're not made up, and I think it's a lot of fun for us to watch the group as they listen to the storytellers, because they'll punch one another or start nodding their head or kind of drop their head like this if they don't want to remember it. And it's been a lot of fun doing that.
And a lot of folks, they hear storytelling and they think of maybe a mom reading a story to their kids at night or something like that. But it's a little more animated than that. This is full-blown performance and entertaining nonstop, pretty much. So.
Exactly, and all these stories carry morals with them, or real wisdom, if you like, because so much of it is truth and so much of it is real life, and they have taken their art to another level, like Donald Davis. He is the leading storyteller in the country right now, and does a super job where he goes out and does seminars. There are people who are looking for ways to learn how to tell stories for whatever reason. But I call him the Donald of storytelling.
And let's talk about you mentioned Donald there, but let's talk about the other three storytellers you got here at the festival.
Well, one of the others is Josh Goforth, and Josh has been here a couple times. And Josh is an acoustic musician who also does storytelling. He's a Grammy nominee. He has played at the Grand Ole Opry, Carnegie Hall. So he's accomplished, and really surprises people because he's quite young. I think he's 33, 34 years old and has quite an experience in this business. And then Tim Lowry, who reminds me a lot of Colonel Sanders, but he's from South Carolina, and a lot of his stories have to do with the development of the Low Country and the traditions that go on there, what you can learn from all that. And then Elizabeth Ellis is a true general storyteller. She's got some great stories with some great lines in it, and really funny and really poignant. And they're professionals.
And when you talk about funny and poignant, and that's one of the things about the storytelling, and when I've been there in the past and watched it, in the course of one of the performances, one of the storytelling events, you could be laughing your head off and then on the verge of tears, all in the course of the same story.
Exactly, and that is what we like about it. And if we can get anyone to attend, I think they'll really appreciate about it, because storytelling may be kind of a flippant way of describing it, because once you get into it, it's real life.
And now, and you talk about getting people to come to it, but you end up having people from all over the Southeast that come down to this, because this is one of those rare occurrences where you don't see something like this being held anywhere around.
Well, and I get to hear about the people that are coming, because my wife sells the tickets. And there's a group that gets together on their trip to Florida from Indiana, Illinois, and the like, and they meet here and go to the storytelling together because they're all old friends. And then when they leave here, they go for their winter vacation in Florida. And it's become that popular, and the word's gotten around that much that people plan trips around it.
There you go.
And we really appreciate it.
Well, if anyone out there is interested in going to the Storytelling Festival, Saturday's events, it's
27th.
It'll be 10 o'clock. 2 o'clock and 6:30. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And how can they get tickets?
They can call 682 5524.
All right.
685-5524. And that will put them in direct contact with Kathy, and she'll set them up with their ticket.
Now, will there be any available at the door if
Yes.
they show up on Saturday? So
We always have a few at the door.
all right, so an opportunity to do that, and it'll be in the Trojan Center Theater. Is that correct?
That's
As
correct.
usual. So an opportunity to see some storytelling this Saturday, an opportunity to have some to enjoy a good show. So.
And no pressure. Just sit back and enjoy it. That's what's so great about it. If I could mention one thing.
Oh, one more thing.
For the audience. We have local musical talent available 30 minutes before each performance. And the good thing about that is if you will make plans to be there early, you can choose your seat because they do fill up in a hurry, and you won't be separated from your group. And these are all local musicians and groups that have played before, and they're exceptional talent. The Benton Brothers Company, the Lighthouse String Ensemble, and the Hendersons, which are all local people but tremendous musicians.
All right. Well, an opportunity to see some local talent and some regionally and nationally known acts as well. Good luck with the festival, and once again, it sounds like a fun time. So thanks for joining me.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.